Hey, and good evening, everyone. This is Chapter 47 here with FAUSTIAN, and joining me to my right, your left, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is Tabby over here with Just Block and all sorts of other stuff.
Too many things. Too many things that I'm working on. Too many projects. I have no free time, but I'm here to enjoy some of my time with God of Rock.
And speaking of no free time here, you know, we got this all organized. Modus was nice enough to officially sponsor this, so thanks for all the game codes we got. We're going to be giving away some of those tonight's winners. And, yeah, we've done our best to try to educate the locals on it. We've got plenty of we laminated all these sheets so we can pass them around for people to get educated. And
they've definitely been helpful, just even on my own, just try to remember, like, okay, what is everything, you know, because this is a new game. Like, it's something that, you know, it's, when did it come? Like, just a couple days ago,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it came out it officially came out about 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Some folks got the codes early for things, but, you know, it's not. I don't think anyone here got an early code.
No.
Yeah, so we just waited to pick up a couple of copies, though.
All right.
But, yeah, this is an excellent rhythm-based fighter here done by Modus, and a lot of people are going to be relying on their rhythm game expertise that a lot of folks have here. Some of them are excellent at it. Like, I love Groove Coaster.
Yes.
Like, that. I mean, that one's just fun just to bang on over at the round one.
Oh, yeah.
But a number of these players here come from a wide variety of rhythm game backgrounds. Some just like old school Guitar Hero, and I heard one of them that, I mean, we got a couple here that are all about, like, the Bang Dream.
Yeah.
I remember one of them told me. What was the game that you had mentioned before that this one kind of reminded you of?
So the one that, for me at least, the one that it reminds me the most of is the like Guitar Hero Versus mode. I've heard people say was it like Pop and Music Versus mode as well. Is it similar? I'm a big rhythm game fan. Funnily enough, before I played competitive fighting games, I was a competitive rhythm game player. I played competitive OS. I was not great at it, but I did that, and I ruined my wrists for it. Please do your hand stretches, especially if you're enjoying any kind of game. But yeah, it's rhythm games have a really interesting like dynamic normally when they try to implement a versus system into it. But this game being built around it, designed around the versus system, it added a lot. It adds a lot of depth from everything that I've seen of it so far, and it makes it really, really interesting because. You know, it's a rhythm fighter, and you have to use some of that fighting game mentality, some of those fighting game like thoughts, to actually be able to break through it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of characters in this game that have, you know, classic fighting game tropes, but you know, there is a stance-based character that is in this game, and their name is Kosaku, and they are. I almost want to compare them to like Hell from Smite, where they can switch between fire and cold, and it resets their cooldowns in that regard. And then there's high risk, high reward characters like Champ, to where they only gain meter if they hit flawless or perfect because they demand perfection. And then they also have themselves. Yeah, go ahead and get started on that. So. But essentially with that, Champ also has like one of the best ultras, I would say, in the game. Basically a hit scan.
Yep. Yeah, you were telling me about that earlier. But it's one of those, like you said, it's high risk, high reward. You might not be able to actually get to that point if you're messing up notes, and especially in a tournament setting, like the pressure can be on you. You're like, oh, I accidentally dropped one input, and then everything just crumbles through. So it's on you to be super on point about it. Yeah,
and the execution for the ultras, I mean, they do give you like a little bit of leniency in the time between it because they do assume that you're going to be trying to hit notes, especially like with Champ, since Champ loses meter every time that he fails a note hit. You have to be incredibly quick with putting in ultras and stuff of that nature, or you're going to miss one note and immediately you don't have enough bar in order to do the execution.
Yeah.
You can end up spinning your wheels thinking you just miss input, and then next thing you know, your meter's all the way down because you're taking a lot of note damage. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing who the folks decide to pick up with. I think a lot of people are just going to be going with whatever is going to be the character that they are most, what's the word for it, just drawn to, gravitate to in this case.
There definitely is, like, I think for a lot of characters, ways to, like, you know, you have the similar thing you see in fighting games where a character's design will bring that choice as well. And for a lot of people being the first time they're sitting down, they might pick the cool looking, you know, edgy guy, but that guy might have some weird thing that they're not used to. And it's as well as I think later down the line, if you see when people are like more playing this game like regularly and seriously, song choice becomes another very important thing because each character has like a list of songs that they're choosing from, and then so once you're in the versus mode, they'll be like, oh, you know, I might be bad at this one particular song that's in my opponent's character pool. While their character is fine, but I just struggle with, you know, this like certain the certain chart or something.
Yeah, and there's certain characters that are going to take advantage of particular charts, like, for example, Edith. Edith is what I'm right now calling a scrub crusher, because Edith has a lot of great tools. First of all, their level 1 chromatic uppercut allows them to gain meter relative to how much more meter that the opponent has in comparison to them. So you can shoot up real quick with that. Their level 3 allows them to regain health on every hit that's not blocked by a flawless or perfect. And then their ultra, which has one of the more difficult inputs in the game, reverses, completely scrambles the controls for the other character, or other player, I should say. And they don't even tell you on the screen, like, where they've been situated to.
Yeah, that's...
And it doesn't last too long unless you apply her debuff with EX. But if you know that, all right, I'm choosing this song here that has a slow ramp up at the bridge or something like that before it goes into an arpeggio nightmare, you can hit them with that, and next thing you know, they're just going to take an absolute truck of damage.
Yeah, and that's always, like, it's balancing around that, and coming from, like, also, like, back to song selection, that character, well, I think has that tool as being good for a lot of situations where you have those fast arpeggios, these, like, big breakdowns or something like that, but you're playing a slower song that doesn't have it, like, you might just get blown up for having that ability that doesn't get as big of use, because... You know, even with a swap, you can kind of figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like, you'll press one button and realize what's actually being pressed on screen and then adapt to it.
Yeah, there's, I mean, with 40 initial songs on release here.
40?
40.
I didn't even...
Yeah, so there's 40 different charts. And, I mean, many people are going to find the charts that work well for them or for their character. Since, you know, it's random to begin with. So we should probably go over the rules for the tournament, first of all. It is all best of 5. So they got to win 3 out of there, and characters are chosen simultaneously. Mind click can be requested. So, like I said, random for the very first song, and then after the completion, the loser can manually choose the next song and character, but before they pick their character, the winner may choose to change their character if they wish.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Pretty standard for, you know, coming from fighting games of a rule set, but definitely something to think about when you're once you're in the thick of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of situations where switching, on winner's side, if switching your character first would be beneficial, but I'm unsure in this regard other than just familiarity. I imagine that there might be some people who change their character just because they're new with the game.
Yeah, and then you want to get that, you know, if you're already up a game, if your opponent's switching, it's like, oh, well, maybe I can learn something new. I can try to figure out more about the game as we're going on.
Yeah.
I definitely see some matchup stuff, like, you know, if you're... They said if you're playing against Edith, you're playing against someone who's trying to note scramble, and you're playing Champ, for example, who's trying to be that higher sky reward perfect, and you're like, oh, I'm constantly getting scrambled, I'm constantly, you know, just losing all my meter, then losing games from it.
Yeah.
Like, even if you won, you're like, I might want to just switch off this because it's going to be harder to try to maybe make it back in the next one.
Yeah, and I mean, you have Rosetta as well that doesn't have an EX move, and instead, after the match starts and they successfully hit a note, they can hold down their EX button and start shaking up paint cans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a charger character in that regard, but while they're shaking paint cans, if they get hit by the enemy, they take double damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
So, but she also, in return, can spray paint over the note chart.
And then it makes it impossible, so you have to be like reading early and trying to process both.
Got to read it super early and then wait the appropriate amount of time. Otherwise, there's so many characters that thrive on perfect or flawless hits as part of their kit. Like, they can't steal health if they don't do it. They can't build meter if they don't do it. So it's a pretty strong ability.
You know, funnily enough, personally, I prefer to have that portion of my screen, and that's how I play. Like, I play everything with, like, as a little bit of information. So they do that against me, and that's the thing. You might pick that, then you realize your opponent has that kind of advantage. That's just how they think about rhythm games.
Yeah, and that's also a great point of, like, why switching a character even with before the loser picks their next one might be good. If I notice that just absolutely did nothing to you, then I probably will switch off it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So right now we do have the match Reno up on your screen. If you haven't seen yet, we've already got $100 that was donated by myself, but that seems self-aggrandizing, but whatever. And 75 cents as well has been put in there. Thank you to those that are using the match Reno codes. We do have tier 3 codes. Please do so. If you want to see yourself, this is going to be a slobber knocker. This is going to be a song-based slobber knocker because a lot of these folks here, they've had about 5 to 10 minutes with the game. A lot of them have a lot of rhythm game practice, but it's going to see who is able to adapt the quickest because, there's some folks that are not used to doing rhythm games on a pad. Like, I played Dancing in Moonlight, Persona 3, so I've got a little bit of history with that. But, yeah, we're going to see here. I think that we're going to have a pretty competitive bracket in that regard. We got 18 people in the bracket.
We have 18 people. That's great. People, yeah. That's fantastic. But yeah, with those 18 people, before we get into it, we've got players playing. We're trying to figure out everything. We're going to go over to a quick gameplay video just so that you all at home know exactly how the game's played and what's going on and how to be the god of rock.
The mysterious god of rock has revived the souls of the universe's greatest musicians to clash for his entertainment. Revitalized with new bodies and new powers, each musician will become a contestant in a battle for musical supremacy. God of Rock uniquely blends rhythm-based gameplay with fighting game mechanics in intense 1v1 matches. First, choose from a dozen unique fighters, each with their own design, mechanics, and harmonic attacks. Next, select your stage. Each stage has its own music, and depending on the unique combination of selected characters and stage, your gameplay changes, providing a new experience every time you play.
I'll end this quick. I've got places to be.
Rhythm. It's something you either have or you don't.
Once the battle begins, notes start to appear on the screen. Each note corresponds with a button prompt. Your goal is to hit the notes in sync with the beat. Each correct button press corresponds to an attack. As you hit the notes, your characters start to engage in combat. Press the buttons too slowly or miss a note, you're vulnerable to an attack from the opponent. If the opponent is hitting the notes correctly, they block your attacks. Each character has their own special moves and attacks. Special moves typically have 3 levels and passively recharge throughout the game. They have a cooldown period once used. A special move is done by inputting a directional command and then pressing a button, like in a fighting game. Here you can see that King's level 2 special adds additional notes to the other player's fight chart. If the player misses these notes, they take damage. Special moves can also interact with the opponent's fight chart in surprising ways. For example, King's EX move accelerates the pace of notes on the other player's screen, forcing them to rely on faster reaction time to hit their notes. Meanwhile, his opponent Rosetta has tricks of her own. One of her special abilities uses her spray cans to splatter the opponent's fight chart, making the notes more difficult to see. Ultra attacks are the most powerful moves available to players. As you do damage to your opponent, your ultra meter builds until you can release your ultra move. As the battle continues, the song gets progressively more difficult. Each player will need to keep up as the speed and frequency of notes increases. The song continues until someone is defeated. The goal is not to beat the song, but to beat your opponent. To win the match, you'll need to combine all of these techniques, from staying on beat to carefully landing your special and ultra attacks and countering your opponent to ultimately defeat them in musical combat and become the God of Rock champion. God of Rock releases this spring with over 40 original rock tracks, 8 dynamic stages, and 12 characters, each with their own unique playstyles. The characters use mechanics inspired by fighting games, such as charge characters, grapplers, Rekka characters, trap characters, and more. Pre-order now to join the universe's greatest battle for musical supremacy.
Yeah, and hopefully that video was informative because I couldn't hear it, so but yeah, that's a gameplay overview trailer for God of Rock. You should now have at least the gist of how this rhythm fighter is going to work out. And we do have some folks sitting over at the stream here, so they're going to go ahead and get started here. I know Gwanglord over there on one player side, and I can't remember what's
that. That is our second place Guilty Gear player.
Let me put some respect on them. Yeah.
So already going through stressful matches, having to fight through, now having to be back into the thick of it with God of Rock.
Yeah, and it looks like Gwanglord is going to be playing that charge character Rosetta that we mentioned. And Hildy is interesting in the character where the best I could compare her to is Elena from Street Fighter IV. So if you look down there in the center of the screen where our logos are going, you can see that ×4 just barely. Mm-hmm. So Hildy is building up healing stacks, essentially.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so all her level 1s and 2s and 3s give her stacks in that regard. And then when she uses her EX move, the heal it's dependent on the amount that they have there. So there it goes. Like, went ahead and sacrificed it, and it's just doing a truck of damage to poor Gwanglord right now, who doesn't seem to... it looks like they've chosen the character based on stylisticness alone, and doesn't quite understand yet that the build meter with her, that they're going to need to hold down the EX button. But yeah, Hildy there too with their Ultra. I don't know if we saw it that time, but it will double the effects of her healing stacks. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, you really have to be careful in order to do a reversal on her once you see that happening. Reversals, you know, not only can you block the special moves with your own, but you can pull off an even stronger special move than they did at that point. You keep an eye on the levels color that's there in the center dial that's going on, and you know what level of special move you'll need to execute to reversal theirs. Because if you do a level 1 and they do a level 2, then it's not utilized well.
Yeah. And you already see early on, like, you know, once again, Gwanglord not getting the full effect of the character, but still trying to fight to the best that they can right here. Well,
yeah, right now, Gwang getting back into the thick of things right now. But as mentioned, the junk notes being sent over there by K2. And right now they're just doing fairly well in keeping up these kicks. And there to go, they added another one there with that special. And they've just got an absolute boatload of Ultra right now. They are sitting pretty. And even if Gwang comes back, all right, there goes that big hit. You saw just all that damage. They're back to getting the Ultra, and now they're going to have to rebuild those healing stacks there. And unfortunate, we hear Gwang starting to shake up the spray can and immediately getting punched in the face, and that means that he took double damage off that attack.
But they're finally, you know, recognizing, like, hey, I know exactly how I'm going to play. I've got a couple more rounds. I can now, you know, try to make that big comeback, getting the full understanding. But all those those junk notes on there force them to take a lot of damage. They have to be very, very careful here with only a little bit of life.
Yeah. As a quick 2-0 there from K2, and of course in the tournament settings for God of Rock, everything's a first to 3.
Yep.
So we're going to see if they're going to change their character at this point. It looks like Gwang is content with playing and learning Rosetta.
I've got places to go.
Character loyalty day 1.
Yeah, you gotta have that loyalty.
It's not like they played him for a long time, so they might as well see if they can figure it out.
Here we are. You can see Gwanglord trying to just keep it really calm right now, but the junk note's immediately getting put out from K20, so that's going to be already dealing a little bit of damage earlier on and make it even harder for Gwanglord to get the comeback. But they're finding opportunities to shake those pain cans. They're finding opportunities to use all the abilities that they can.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, K2 is looking really strong right now, and got the ×6 meter on this. So right now, it's just, even if Gwang is able to do damage, they're going to have, the problem they have now is that they're so far behind that they have to save their meter in order to, oh, good job there charging it up. Now they have enough in order to counter a level 1 special, but right there they just used a higher level special than they did, and they put a little bit of paint on the screen, but not enough in order to cause too much issues for K2. Just too much health.
Yeah.
They can just simply ignore the amount of notes they missed there and be perfectly fine.
Yeah. And then K20 like immediately calling back again with just like dumping all those junk notes on stream, making it hard for Gwanglord to actually make that comeback.
Yeah.
Just ended up working, you know, really, really well for K20 to take that one with a clean 3-0.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, K20 looked, based on that performance and just the understanding of the mechanics of the game already, I think that we're probably going to see them place a little high today.
Oh, yeah. Well,
they're doing really well.
Hey, if you're good at one game, generally you can translate those good skills into other ones. So.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of hoping to see.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these people are picking it up. They, you know, we had a lunch break there, and they looked over it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing who is going to utilize some of the stranger characters in this game, who is going to give them a shot. People like Top Hat, for example, Lynn, Ollie, who has this very unique trick system, as they call it. It's kind of like a flow state that they enter, and they can't miss any notes, they can't do anything, or they drop, I believe it is damage buffs, or like a snowballing effect that they do.
Okay.
We'll see if someone picks Ollie, and we can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
But also, you know, Kosaku that we mentioned earlier, they are with good meter management, their ability to switch between ice and cold abilities is they could throw a whole bunch of stuff out there really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like constant curveballs that are potentially coming
Yeah.
from that. If you're having to switch up, like, okay, what am I actually dealing with? What is my opponent bringing to the table? And if you're not ready for that, especially in these, where everybody's still kind of figuring things out kind of events, it can always be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, I think probably the characters we're going to see the most of are probably going to be like Johann, Hildy, King, and Ziggy. I think that those are probably the ones that have the most intuitive abilities. Johann is basically just a big body character that does a lot of damage, and they can damage buff themselves. King is also going to be doing a lot of speed ups, a bit of junk notes as well. Ziggy is all about building as much as you can until you can hit him with your giant laser of death.
Yep.
And they've got one of the most damaging abilities in the game. Yeah, and there is a King right there, and then a Top Hat as well.
So tell me about Top Hat, because Top Hat was the character that I'm looking at him and I go, this is who I want to play. He looks interesting.
I wish that I could remember more of Top Hat's abilities, but right now, when he comes out and utilizes them, we might be able to tell. I do think that he has a unique defense, or maybe it's a reversal mechanic. We will see.
Right now, we're just keeping it pretty balanced. Jnashbourne doing a really good job of just maintaining like as many perfect and flawless as they can, but finally getting beat up a little bit right here.
Yeah, we'll see. If the problem is you miss these sustaining notes, you could take a lot of. Yeah, ooh, great reversal there into the flawless, and then look at that King speed up though. Oh man, he is just throwing those out there, and he's keeping a lot of his meter there too. As you can see, he's trying to rebuild back up that bar right there. Despite King the blue one showing his cooldown on the ability. But right now, Top Hat spending as much as he can, but unfortunately because he spent it at the wrong time, they were unable to get the... There's the reversal, though. Oh, man. They're just really just trading these blows back and forth right now.
I mean, that's what you have to do once you're at this life deficit. You need to do whatever you can to try to make this big comeback.
Oh, and a great reversal there, too, is going to cost him that one.
Yeah.
It was a good call-out on the level 1.
Definitely, wants to
just quit.
Back it up and go home, but...
It's like, see me in Tekken. All right, they're going to do... What are we going to do? I'll play King in Tekken.
Play King
yeah, he
Tekken,
actually plays Jack, but yeah.
Down before the king.
All right.
All right, let's see if we can, get a little bit more coming through this orb. RDE is going to be the one
Yeah, and this is Chip Away at Eternity. Is one of the few very easy songs in the game, and by which I mean that is literally the difficulty as opposed to just trashing it. So this one here is going to allow them to focus more on being able to put in their inputs rather than worry. Like, see, even like the few junk notes that they're getting there, that's totally manageable.
Yep.
So right now, missing a single note on these very easy ones puts you at such a deficit just because it's hard for you to be able to... It's a death by 1,000 cuts scenario.
Yep. And even adding that speed up to like change the tempo right there is going to mess with people when you think like, oh, it's pretty slow, just and then quickly shaking it up. It's really you really have to be on your toes. You have to really be prepared and ready for anything that comes.
Oh wow, they are just throwing them out there with King. Look at just going for it, and hits the perfect flawless. The speed up though, it looks like Jnashbourne was able to keep up with a good point a bit, but right there, oh, he actually only missed one note in that section there.
Good on them to quickly recognize and be able to shift their game plan whenever King wants to try to speed him up, but they're now missing too many off that.
Yeah. That's why they're trying to figure out what it is they're going to do, and I think that King is a good character to abuse right now, just because speed. A lot of people are not used to, especially a horizontal scroller.
Yes.
And so being able to get hit with a speed up like that is going to throw people off as they're still just learning how to, a lot of these people are still using their thumb, which I think once they hit some of those chord notes, especially like square and circle, they're going to find that their thumb's not really going to work very well in this regard. So.
Well, I mean, hey, that's the advantage of someone like Jnashbourne, a Tekken player. You got a Tekken claw. You got to be able to have all 4 fingers on it going on at once.
Cuddle core with the, I think they do the claw style.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah. So Johan's a very straightforward character. They do a truck of damage, but you're ultimately trying to set up your damage boost using your EX move. And there, it's like, that's it. It does nothing other than do damage to him at that point. So,
I mean, that's a very basic, like, if you think, hey, I can get through the rhythm game portions of it and get through what my opponent's trying to bring to the table and just add that extra damage to it, it's going to, like, really power you up potentially.
Yeah. Right now, though, RDE has got a big leader mean. So once you have a leader mean like that, too, if they were to throw out like a level 2 at this point, like, so they're going for level 1 and not getting punished too bad by Jnashbourne, but if they had spent every, stick of butter that they had in this regard, there would have been nothing that Jnashbourne could have done in that regard if they didn't have enough leader reversal.
I see every time that Jnashbourne's really trying to go for something big, like RDE is just prepared for it and able to keep calm during these note sections and not get blown up for it.
Yeah, this is just a slugfest at this point. This is Don Fry versus that one guy in Pride, where they're just sitting there punching each other in the head over and over. Like, which one's gonna lose consciousness first?
Jnashbourne can still potentially make a comeback, but they missed too many notes at the very end.
Yeah, unfortunately with that pixel, as soon as they had missed one note, that was going to be the end of it.
Yep. Yeah, good to see some more character diversity. Not everybody just seeing one person do well with one character and try to pick that same thing.
Yeah, like I said, I think that we're probably going to see a number of ones here, and it's actually my turn to jump
all
on
right,
there, so
all
I'm going
right.
to do that. I'm going to let you handle it.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all soon stream.
Moving from one camera to the other to take control of it. Hello, it's just me now, just your lovely host, Tabby, here. But yeah. I know when I was talking with the chapter before, they were saying that they are going to be trying to be playing, I think they were saying Champ before, because they like that high-risk, high-reward style gameplay that's going through. So it'll be interesting to see if they can, maintain the momentum, try to get all those perfect hits to really make that character go off, or, they might switch characters, they might want to try something different, but we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody who's come through so far, been enjoying these wonderful games of God of Rock. Once again, we do have a matcherino for this, so please make sure to check that out. Support it. There's $100 in the prize pool for these players here for this tournament, so please claim those codes. Head on over to that matcherino, and it really supports these players. It's free money to be added to those prize pools. Gotta figure out, going back to the, just trying to get to the game. Now let's see who they end up picking here. Yeah, so there's like a lot of different things you can be thinking with these characters, right? Like you have to think about what your opponent's picking, what songs potentially could be coming through out of it, and how you're going to be able to handle it. But it looks like we are going to be getting some Champ mirrors. So once again, Champ is one of those characters that you have to hit perfect notes to start gaining meter for it. And so if you're not going to be consistently hitting those, you will actually start losing meter if you were gaining it, and it can really like put you into a bad situation. So we'll have to see if the players are going to be able to do that, or if they might fumble under the pressure of the tournament here. But we'll have to see what happens as we get started. Keeping it calm right now on the song. Very, very slow until starting to build up a little bit, and Chapter getting a lot of really good hits early on from these unfortunate misses from Wyfoo. Trying to build up. Already has like a full gauge of Ultra and going to be popping it. You saw that Wyfoo was trying to pop up their gauge as well, try to mess Chapter up in those situations, but being able to have the access to the Ultra super, super early on, giving him an opportunity to quickly take that one before the song could even really, really get going.
You tried your best.
To see what's going on, I think maybe doing a quick little controller swap because this is a game like, you know, a lot of us here fighting game players are bringing on our arcade sticks and everything. This is a game that you need access to all the buttons, all the D-pads, and the thumbsticks as well to get the full effect. So you do lose out on a little bit. So we'll have to see. I think we're just going to quick controller swap right now. Controller swap? Yeah. Yep, so we are getting a controller swap here, so. It's definitely a good early showing from Chapter right there, just being able to consistently be hitting those flawlesses. And really able to, like, take control of the game, even with the opponent like not being able to use their specials. Unfortunately, with that controller type, you still saw that they were handling the neutral game of it pretty well, right? But it was as soon as once Chapter got to use more and more of their abilities, it made it hard for them to come back. Oh, hello. Huh. Okay. Thought something was going on, but no, we're getting into it. We think we got pads now this time. We're all good.
It's me. Don't worry. I'll hold back for you.
And we're staying back with the champ mirrors here. So I'll see if they can handle it. I believe we had the song on earlier as well, so this is one of those, it starts off a little slow, but the song builds up to a higher tempo, so it can be kind of hard to deal with, especially with someone like Champ, where you need to be getting all those perfect notes the whole time. All right, but now see players fighting, slugging out at each other, building up that meter where they can, but Chapter finding opportunities where they're missing to get all those free extra hits. Oh, yeah, but missed one, and so you actually end up losing a little bit of meter. Does have access to a level 3 Ultra now, though, and will use their special, try to get some extra chips where they can. But yeah, just keeping it slow right now, just trying to build Ultra wherever they can. Chapter doing a good job as well, being able to hit all those junk notes on the offensive swings that Wyfoo's trying to do. And even in turn, just doing it as well. But missing these notes. Oh, able to recognize the tempo change. Excellent recognition right there to close out game 2. Yeah. Good from Chapter, able to, within the pressure of this kind of setting, right? Being able to still hit all those perfect notes, being able to, even when the tempos are changing drastically from their opponent, trying to mess them up, doing a great job.
Please, don't get too excited. Are you ready?
All right. Oh, now already trying to pop those junk notes early. Chapter missing some of them, getting a good early swing, but utilizing that this early can potentially be kind of dangerous. Because sometimes you want to be saving that for a closeout section where it gets a little harder. Be hitting all those notes as quick. You see, once again, Chapter ready for it this time, though. And already Chapter has level 3 Ultra on deck. Wyfoo, got to be very careful when that eventually gets brought out. Good recognition from Chapter to be able to block all those. Oh, got hit by him and actually, you know, missed a couple perfects right there. So losing some of that meter gain, not being able to have level 3 Ultra available, and now missing a bunch of notes right here. It's not a great start for them. Oh, now, yeah, putting out all those junk notes during that fast section, making it hard for Wyfoo to try to get all the notes possible. Chapter eventually takes a quick and clean 3-0 off that first set.
They don't call me champ for nothing.
They don't. They don't call him a champ for nothing. Oh my goodness. What? This game is so exciting. So much going on. You have to be aware, like, not only is it the rhythm game aspect of stuff you'd be being aware of, but everything your opponent's doing as well, all the junk notes they're trying to bring to the table. it's there's so much going on.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but I mean, I was having some issues matching. Like you might have seen that he hit me with certain supers at the same time, and then I would immediately do the same super afterwards.
Yeah.
So it was just me being slow,
Yeah.
attempting to pull out the reversal. So, but yeah, I only pulled off I only did the EX move, or not the EX, but the Ultra move once. Because there wasn't really like a big enough threat that I wanted to hit scan.
Yeah, I definitely. There may have been some times where like they hit you with it that you could have popped it and like it may have saved you, but there was never like a big danger when a lot of the songs you had were a little bit slower, a little bit more like melodic tempo stuff. Yeah,
and I mean right now with I noticed that it looked like the system was missing Edith. I don't know what that's about, but we might have to swap it out or see if we can update it or something. Because I don't know what that's about. It's a strange thing, but we'll probably get that done here in a little bit. But I don't think enough people were looking to do that right now in this regard. And I'm probably going to go over there and talk to the bracket runner real quick and get that done. And that way we can make sure to showcase all the characters that got broadcast.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to make sure that we can see everything that this game has. You know, as this is as this is new, so if this is a game that you're seeing for the first time, you're interested in it, it is available now for purchase. You can get it on over. It's on everything, right?
Yeah, it's on Switch, PC, Xbox, everything.
Yeah. So whatever platform you have at home, you can go get this game. You can play it, and you can do. And you can become the God of Rock. But as we're trying to figure out this issue, we're gonna take a quick short break. So please make sure to stick around, and we'll be right back.
By Tabby as well. And yeah, so right now, well, what was going on particularly is that, this is a new game. And there are a few things that are sometimes oversights for like newish game creators. And right now they're working on the controller compatibility. So it's just a little bit of an issue there. But now it looks like we're pretty much good to go in this regard. So we're looking for there they are, Gwanglord versus Sunny D.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Sunny D, as a childhood, my mother used to make me have to brush my teeth before I could have anything.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I know. It's like against the Geneva Convention. It's pretty terrible.
No, it's not terrible. The games that we have going on right now, because you see, this has been the most even game that I've seen so far. These players constantly hitting the notes, just going back and forth. But you saw Sunny D found a great opportunity to throw a bunch of junk notes and get a bunch of extra damage. Yeah,
and there you go with the speed up there as well. And doing it again, hitting them with it. Sunny not yet utilizing his level 1 and decides, you know what? I don't need to counter your thing. Although, if you have an opportunity to counter in this game, you should, because it does apply an additional damage buff to what you're doing.
Yeah.
But, right now, it's just like flexing on him, being like, nah, I'm not too worried about the attack. I don't even need the damage boost.
You've also got a pretty sizable life lead as well, so you maybe just don't want to have to burn all those resources and save it when it came a little bit closer. Yeah. But still found a way out to take that one first game.
Yeah, big body Johan. It's interesting. You see a big body character, and you typically associate him with a grappler type or something along those lines. I imagine that it probably doesn't translate too well to a rhythm game in this regard. I didn't know if they would X out certain buttons, let's say grab the buttons or something. But having him just to be a big old damage machine makes perfect sense, and I think it's probably going to be less frustrating than a type of character that can turn off the buttons.
Yeah, turning off buttons would be huge. That's just so much there's certain songs, it's you have to press between triangle and circle a bunch, and you just lose one of those. You just I just lose the game off this. I mean, hey, that's true of how grapplers function.
Oh, and an excellent reversal there is going to lead to a ton of damage out there from Gwanglord.
But now finding an opportunity to slug some extra damage in as well. Over from Sunny D. And now they're just trading hits once again, trying to find opportunities to use their EX abilities whenever they can.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sunny D there took a lot of unnecessary damage while they were being hit, and they both missed, thankfully, right out there on the sustained note. If someone hits the sustained note and you don't, you will keep getting punched repeatedly for the entire length of it.
Oh my god, yeah, that's so much damage that can be added up onto there.
Let's see if it happens here. Nope, they got flawless on that one. Good reversal there from Johan.
Yeah. Oh, but now throwing all those junk notes out, we'll see if Sunny D can be able to take it.
Yeah, damage right now not doing too bad. Only missing a couple of notes. Oh, unfortunately, the big miss there on that sustained one. You can see his life ticking down there.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
He's able to hit the square, but he still took it. Now, actually, it's going to be big news for him. He's now tied up the life lead, and now it's going to finish him.
Yeah, once again, that miss sustain right at the very end, getting ahead all that extra free damage as well as the junk notes. Good showing so far.
And Sunny D is moved up 2-0 in this match against Gwang. I think this is Gwang's tournament life too. So
yeah, this is loser side of the bracket. So if you end up losing at this point, you'll be out of the chance to take that match arena. Check out the match arena while you're at clean those goods.
Yeah, I just noticed Champ's shorts, and now I'm sad. it's mildly threatening. I don't like that.
Well, you don't want to rock with the tiger print.
Yeah, but it's like tiger print, like board shorts, which is just wrong.
That's kind of. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of sick. That's fashion right there.
Oh man, it's too close to booty shorts for me.
They're 3008. You're 2000 and late, but we're not late on these big combos right
wow,
here.
not only that, but got the damage buff there too. And actually, there was a whole bunch of good return. I mean, Sunny D still got the best of that. However, just like was a little careless there and used his extra move there and got it reversed, which allowed Gwanglord to catch up a little bit with that damage boosted reversal.
Yeah, it's staying pretty even, but Sunny D has been able to use like the abilities of Johan to get these like big extra hits in certain scenarios. So let's see if they can try to create that situation again, or Gwanglord can make a comeback for their
great reversal from Gwanglord. And right now, he's got such a meter lead that if he just decides to swing for defenses here, there's not much that Sunny D can do. So he is just throwing them out as much as possible. He got the ultra off.
Yeah. And there's too many notes missed right there. You have to be so careful because as soon as you miss one more.
Got animation canceled on. Sorry.
It's something you either have or you don't.
All right, Gwang is on the board. The Lord of Gwangs.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to the beauty of my engines.
Oh my God, that voice just,
it's so good.
It's good.
It's so good.
Yeah. Shout outs to the voice actors in this.
Yeah, they did.
I see them liking some of the tweets with God of Rock stuff, so it's cool to see them all rally behind it.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's excited for this game, no matter if you're working on it, playing on it, or just viewing it. Like, this game is...
Yeah, shout outs to Jeff.
Yeah, shout outs to Jeff, shout outs to Modus.
Yeah.
For helping us all out with this big event.
Life lead pretty much even there, but here comes the speed up, which is going to offer an opportunity for a big chunk of damage there. But actually keeping up pretty well is Sunny D, and who goes ahead and spins the meter, and it's going to cost him a bit.
And see all those misses as well coming from Sunny D immediately afterwards as well. Like, these two players are just slugging each other back and forth constantly.
Yeah, and Gwang's been doing good with the reversals right now, so it looks like he's decided to speed up in a rather piano-y section in order to try to maximize the damage for it, but now he was unable to counter either one of these moves because he's also missed enough notes. Finally, he has enough for his level 1.
And now throwing all the junk out, getting the speed up as well, just adding up so much extra damage with these players finally clashing each other right at the very end. It's still basically neck and neck for both of them. Like, Sunny D's the slight life lead.
Yeah, we're going to see right now. It's very close. It's not that big of a deal. But if he doesn't reverse that, no. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwang. I don't think it's over. I think it's 2-2, right?
No, that was
3-2? Oh, okay. 3-2. 3-1. Sorry, shit. All right.
Yeah.
3-1. The Gwang Gang on the board there. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got some folks that are pulling up, and it looks like I'm back on stream already.
Well,
so
go get back on there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go take your victory in your own tournament. Yeah. Definitely once these players switched over to the we were talking during the break, and just like the characters that, some of them like Rosetta, Top Hat, they require a little bit more finesse to make their full abilities work to the fullest effect. But characters like I'm blanking on names because still so many characters because there's enough characters in this I have to actually try to remember everybody's name. But characters like Johann, characters like King, characters like Hildy are very like simplistic in how they want to be playing, and they can really make it effective for you to just get by on trying to play the rhythm game side of things if you're not trying to get delve too deep into the rhythm fighter aspects of this game. Yeah, we are still in the pools so far for this. Are we getting a quick little... Just a quick side swap, I take it? Yeah, you know. Or... Yeah. Tio just has to go make sure everything on the event's running smoothly, nothing crazy is happening before they can go and sit down and play their game. Try to be the one to take it up. And it looks like we are going to have, I'm not sure who, which character was it? I couldn't tell actually in the character select, but it looks like that is Eden. So yeah, so that is the character that I know Chapter had been wanting to play, as they have a really, their abilities are very, very solid, right? We were talking about how they
My hand is cramping.
are able to just like keep themselves safe, deal a lot of damage through a lot of the pressure strings that come through. But we'll have to see if they can make that work or if Metasaval can take it. What a good song to start us out with as well. And they're just trading blows right now. Both of them trying to use the abilities wherever they can, but Chapter's doing a good job of maintaining to hit those notes even when those abilities are pressed. There we go, throwing a bunch of junk notes on there, trying to get some extra damage wherever they can. Both players have Ultra on deck as well. There we go, good reversal there from Chapter. Going to get a big swath of damage. It's like half their health gone off that one little interaction. Oh, and got hit right at the very end, but still was able to save some of it. Now, oh yeah, good blocks over there from Metasaval, be able to hit all those junk notes and keep himself safe. But the Ultra finally coming through, and this is the big thing. So how Eden's Ultra works is it swaps all your inputs. So you don't know what they are, so you have to quickly figure it out. And it was right during that build up on there, so right as things started to speed up, it became a very becomes very hard to deal with. So you just, getting back into it, just one random select, get to the new song, but stick with the character, stick with what you know.
Don't think I'll go easy on you.
But Johann is a character, if Chapter messes up just briefly, just finds an opportunity to not, get the full hits that they're looking for, they can take big damage for it. Just like that, early on, try to use that ability, chip them out wherever they can. That gauge now building up for Metasaval. Chapter getting hit for it, taking a very healthy lead early on at the beginning of this game. Let's see if they can keep it up or who's going to be able to come back. Both players Ultra on deck once again. Oh, now missed all this and took a little bit of damage over here, but a good reversal from Chapter to make them take even more coming through and pop the Ultra as well to swap all those inputs. But this life total still even. Chapter took a couple hits here or there in the beginning, so got to make that big comeback where you can. Now let's build that gauge all the way back up to try to get that again. Chapter once again has Ultra on deck. See, who can make it. His life total's been even so far through this entire game. Players finally getting the right reads on each other. But the Ultra being spent for both of them right at the very end. And Chapter able to clutch it out, right? That Ultra that messes up your inputs is so hard to deal with as soon as it becomes like a load of them on screen. You have to quickly figure out, okay, what's what? You can kind of mash and try to figure your way out, but if you're able to actually figure out how to swap it, it's just readjusting your mind quickly. That can be the biggest thing.
Are you ready?
Let's see if Chapter can close this out with a 3-hour. Metasaval can make the comeback that they've been looking for. On all those junk notes at the beginning, going to make it hard. Yeah, some of those harder chord notes are a little hard to do. You got to Tekken grip it. You got to be able to hit all four parts of the D-pad with all of your fingers at once. Really good note placement from all these players right now, just constantly hitting these as perfect as they can. But popping, the early Ultra right there on the level 1 to just mess them up for a little bit. See if they can, if Metasaval can find an opportunity to get a big hit like that, but a good reversal from Chapter can add a bunch of damage to the board. Yeah, but use that at a time when there wasn't a lot happening, so they were able to keep themselves safe through all these notes so far. So they're back at it, keeping it even once again. Let's see. Excellent play from both these players right now, just staying alive in this like super arpeggio situation of the song, but oh, the Ultra popped right at the very end and misses from both players, but these life totals are getting so low. Be careful. Oh, and the uppercut at the very end to add those extra notes. Chapter able to take it. That was a very, very close set between all those players.
Now my break's over.
Oh my goodness. An excellent set between those players. That was crazy. That was a crazy set. That was a crazy set. Keeping it tight the entire way through, but just able to, that Edith Ultra is so crazy. The Edith Ultra is so crazy.
Yeah, Edith Ultra is excellent. I mean, being able to utilize it for a reversal, too, is super strong.
Yeah.
And, because, I mean, it does do the extra damage, but the one thing I really got to work on for that is Edith's EX move. If you see down there at the bottom, it puts like almost like a sad face on it.
Yep.
And if you hit that and then build up meter fast enough to do the Ultra, it lasts longer.
Okay, yeah, because it's the EX that applies the debuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And you can also utilize that with her level 3, where the debuff on them lasts longer to where if you hit a flawless or perfect and they don't block it, you steal health.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't really honestly needed – I only used that, I think, in my first match.
Okay.
But because they had a damage advantage on me at one point, but beyond that. I also misinput Chromatic Uppercut a couple of times, which while it did damage, I didn't really use it well to steal health.
Yeah. I definitely saw that a couple times when you were doing it, but it was still you were doing a good job of constantly pressuring them and forcing them to be making those quick adaptations. But they were also really good at making those adjustments when needed. Yeah,
no, I was scared there for a second, especially when that junk started coming up with the arpeggio section. I was like, oh man, I was like, I might have to use the level 3 here, but it ended up working out okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I won, so I mean,
yeah,
I'll take it.
It went all right.
Yeah, it went all right. Could have been better. Yeah. And shout outs to Kyo there from Eugene.
Yeah.
So
making it all the way up here just for Got It Wrong.
Yeah. Oh, Kyo didn't make it this time, but I see Kyo in the
in the chat. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll like draw attention to the chat sometimes, which I know it's kind of like a social faux pas, but yeah. Let's see.
No, we don't need to get in semantics.
Yeah.
I got it.
Semantics indeed.
Yeah. We'll get into our next game. King and Johan once again. I think this is after us sort of telling everybody, like, hey, these are the characters I think are going to be pretty good. To just when you're trying to figure out the game, trying to figure out exactly what everything does. Don't have time to lab out your optimal routings to place your EXs on the weirder characters.
Yeah. Metasaval, Mr. Sanchez.
Here we go. Players doing a really good job right now, trying to control it. But Metasaval getting all those free hits right here, all the junk notes coming through, keeping a good life lead.
Right now, just kind of throwing it out. So right there, that big flashing fist is when Johan had the damage buff. Unfortunately, this special comes out right when he doesn't have it. He's got it for a little bit longer. That red meter depletes, it will be fully gone.
But that was a great opportunity to throw all those junk notes right
He
there.
got the reversal right when he had the buff.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at the damage.
That is so much damage going through. Even missing those notes makes it so tough.
That was a nutty amount of damage.
That was gnarly, yeah.
That's how you play Johann.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's not much more complex about it, but you know, you have to be really careful if Johann has that damage buff up. If you just throw stuff out willy-nilly and are not watching how much meter they have, that happens. You get chunked.
So to see if they can make that adjustment to try to avoid that situation from happening again. But right now, trying to use those junk notes early on and just get that extra chip wherever they can.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a lot there.
Yeah. It just these one interactions to quickly even up the life totals.
Yeah, and just doing the speed up on that section there is cruel and unusual.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
However, I mean, Strike Miss right now is just getting pummeled by the damage buff from Meta. And then here he goes with it again, and Strike Miss unfortunately missing his opportunity to reverse it there. Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
All right, no,
Oh,
they're
no.
good, they're good. All right. They're still going.
They may give Strike Miss a chance to potentially come back, giving him a little opportunity, but he'll get hit at the very end.
And he died with full meter. You hate to see it. Let's go.
That's the only place where you'll beat me.
He's thinking about it. He's going to switch over to a character. So they can, I don't think Danny is, I think they're both going to stay with Johann. I think he's going to switch to it. No, where's he going? I mean, Ziggy's also a strong choice here. The thing is that Ziggy has to ramp up and then can do their UFO attack, but they've got a really good weapon in their blaster as well. They, you know, obviously the David Bowie, you know, inspired character.
Yeah.
I don't know who Johann's supposed to be. Like, I just kind of want to think he's like, you know, Devo. I mean, I wonder who King is. Who do you think King is? Elvis, sorry.
Elvis,
yeah, obviously. But
is Johann a deep cut meatloaf reference?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I was trying to think of it, like, you know, with him being, you know, German and German engineering. I didn't know if there was like some Kraftwerk nonsense that was going on
maybe
there.
actually.
Oh wow, that song just gets right into it. He's just throwing them out there.
Yeah, this is good for those people who want to be using those abilities really early on. Just throw the junk notes, the super high tempo piano stuff.
Yeah, and Fractures is, I think, a hard song in this game. There's only a couple of very hards. You basically have to, if you pull bullets for Beelzebub, you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh yeah, is that the hardest one?
I personally think Bullets for Beelzebub is the hardest song in the game.
Well, then we better see that in our grand finals.
Yeah,
it's gotta come
yeah.
out. It's gotta come out as the starter song.
The thing is, honestly, with the characters that I play, I don't know if I would actively choose it. So, and they don't know that it's the hardest song, so I don't think I'm gonna. Hopefully, we just randomly roll that.
Oh, but great confirms on those all those junk notes coming through. Metasaval keeping themselves alive right here after a very risky situation. Oh, misses those.
Ooh. Strike Miss drops the input there. He gets it that time, but the reversal, that's gonna be big.
Oh, missing all those notes, and
Oh, he might actually. Oh, with a pixel, an absolute pixel. They're gonna hold on to it.
oh my goodness, and Paracles popping off in the background. for it.
He's leaving there.
Yeah.
He's Strike Miss is going home. He's saying "Ich gehe nach Hause." That's the only German I know. I think that's it. So, wo wohnen Sie? Which is, what are you doing? So anyway, that was. I apologize for my pronunciation. I'm American. You have to forgive it. So, yeah.
Wait, we're not in Germany right now? What?
No, I
Wait,
know, right? Yeah, but you just have to. I mean, look at me. I'm obviously American, so you know, we can do this.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh my goodness.
No. So I guess we're going to see who's going to be coming up next. I do see some matches going off a stream right now.
Yeah.
But our bracket runner, Wilson Wolf, I always want to call him Winston Wolf.
Winston Wolf, yeah.
But Wilson Wolf is looking like they're about to send someone up to the stream. We're going to see who it's going to be.
We
in
got
just a moment.
Well, so all of these loser side matches that are happening right now, all were qualifies into top 8.
Yeah.
So we do have our top 8 starting to get locked in right now, which congrats on top 8.
Oh, thank you.
Congrats on top 8. Yeah, let's go. Round of applause.
You know what? I'll take it. Like, I haven't hit a top 8 since I was doing the old Puyo Puyo Tetris and stuff like that. So, and then, Egu and Scott Bozo here in Portland come out and just dumpster me. It's like taking candy from an invalid baby. It's pretty bad. They're so good at the game. But, yeah, I think that was the last time I hit a top 8. Until then, I'm unlike you. Like, there's no way that I can balance being a TO and playing the game, so...
Wait, you were supposed to balance that?
I know, right? Like, there's some TOs out there that are still godlike and stuff, but couldn't be me.
Yeah,
I'm dumb. I've got to sit there and focus. I have no natural aptitude to these games. I just have to basically bash my head against the wall until it makes sense.
Yeah, so on deck right now we got our plays. We got Metasaval back on it, and then K20, who I think won their losers match to qualify into top 8.
Yeah, and K20, like I said, seems to have a firm understanding of how Hildy works here. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can deal with the bursty damage of Johan. Look, a great reversal right there off the bat, and it's immediately going to give them 1 heal stack. Not too much of a threat, but now the junk notes that came out there were also fairly easy to deal with.
Yeah, using them early, you have to sort of figure out what the song is pretty quickly. If when you want to use them as junk notes, using them just like that with a quick reversal can be a little, hard to make them work to the fullest effect.
Well, right now with the times 7 heal stacks, I mean, Metasaval has a life lead, but I think that will honestly be turned around here. Excellent. That's going to give them, they're at +8 now. They have enough that if they do pop their EX, they could get a big heal, but right now they're just going to wait. I think that's probably the smart decision. I would continue to utilize my actually it hits them with the level 2, which is going to give them a bit of a heal. But, that level 1 from Hildy gives you 2 stacks. I think that given the way that Meta is throwing out these attacks, just going for them, I would focus on the level 1s right now. Build up as many heal stacks as you can, and then utilize the rest of your meter for reversals.
Yeah, definitely. I think that seems pretty good, because Meta's been in all their games you've been seeing, they're willing to just constantly go slugging, constantly go waiting for you to make those mistakes.
Yeah.
So if you're able to keep it calm and capitalize on that, I think you can really see the big swings come out.
Undertow's a pretty good one right here. One of my go-to counterpick songs on this stage is Prometheus. We'll see if I have to utilize that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's Prometheus has got some slow parts into some really big chunky nastiness that if you hit them with Edith Ultra or something else, or if you buff yourself with Champ Ultra, it's pretty good.
Those are always the most fun songs for me, though, to be playing.
Yeah.
That's always where I'm most kind of the slow, and then you just quick build up, then calm it back down, do it again. But you can see right now K20 trying to do it again, trying to find opportunities to build up those heal stacks. Metasaval, though, gets
and the Ultra reversal!
Oh my goodness. Both players keeping super tight as well, and all these notes coming through. It's been neck and neck, but
another great one.
Yeah. Oh no, getting hit by by all those EXs, right? They're being so dangerous. K20's at a very low life, has to be very careful, has to find opportunities to heal when they can.
Oh jeez. That was just a lot of garbo that was dumped on him right there. That was I hadn't seen that much trash since a French protest. Just immediately right in front of their doorstep.
Oh my goodness. Well, you didn't say about trash. It's, one man's trash, another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can use those. If you're able to find all those hits, you can get all those notes.
Yeah.
You can really, really make these big opportunities for these huge comebacks. So we'll see if that can happen. But right now we got Embers playing. And Metasaval up a 2-0 lead.
That was a really quick flash there. I'm not sure what happened, but it didn't look like it interrupted anyone.
But so they're gaming a little too hard. Sometimes you accidentally press that button.
Oh, the great reverse. The double reversal coming out. That's going to be a decent amount of damage.
Good reversal over there. Going to get some solid hits build up. Trying to keep that life total as even as possible for as long as they can.
Yeah, there we go. Smart stuff by K2 by utilizing level 1 and getting up to 3 stacks. So decides to go ahead and eat that one in order to potentially try to utilize. They dropped the inputs, unfortunately, in that last one. There it goes. But no, it gets the double reversal. See, K2 is baiting it out and is saying, you know what? If they don't have meter, they can't do all that damage to them. But right now, they are in a bad situation. They need to do they need to probably pull off an EX heal, and there we go. That was good. The cords are coming out. This is actually fairly. Oh no! Right there, at the last second of it. There was opportunities there, but I just feel like there's a lot of pressure that comes with Johan, and it's just you're going to constantly sit there as soon as you get meter if they're not utilized. I mean, here's the thing. K2 was utilizing reversals, but unfortunately they were spending so much meter on reversals that they couldn't effectively build up what they needed in order to steal back, the game with their life lead.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those that you have to like kind of almost play footsies in the way, like where you see them just constantly trying to be swinging out, constantly trying to be throwing out those big normals. Like you can reversal everything, you can try to like punish them for that, but at the same time it's not winning you the game to do that. It's just keeping you alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're needing.
And it looks like it's me. All right, it's me versus Paracles. Let's do it.
Over onto the winner side of it now. Let's see if someone can stop the Metasaval Chapter has been bringing so far to all of these games. But yeah, it so far has been an excellent, excellent showing here. Now finally entering our top 8, seeing who can come through and take a little bit of that prize pool that's been dominating, that's been, in players' minds, getting the stress to the, making them stressed, being able to be like, man, there's, it's a free tournament for a new game, but there's some hard, cold cash on the line. So let's see who can make it through. And who are they going to end up picking? Lisa, we know Chapter probably going to be picking Edith, as Edith's been a character that they've been really liking, but it looks like Paracles might be leaning towards... They're leaning towards jamming right now. They're vibing. Everybody's like, yeah. Obviously, it's a rhythm game, but even the character select music is super good. So everyone's dancing, everyone's grooving, everyone's having a grand old time. I don't see who they picked, but it's a spoiler for all of us. We'll figure out so shortly. It looks like it is Hilde versus Edith. Hilde being a very the healing character we saw earlier, has the potential to stay alive longer as long as you can utilize those heals, but the mix-up potential from Edith can be very, very dangerous. So we'll have to see what can happen here in our winter semis. For Battle Break 9's God of Rock, starting off with the chords. Both players doing a really good job, but Paracles finding some good hits early on. Just trying to build up those heal stacks wherever they can. Yeah, saving all the specials. Don't want to try to go for any reversals just this early, as there isn't a lot happening, but they will find ways to chip at the health wherever they can. Right. Just doing a good job. All right, pops a level 2 ultra, or level 1 ultra there. Trying to get some heals where they can. Oh, but the uppercut connecting, getting get some extra damage. But using these EX abilities during these slower parts of the song can always be a little risky. But Chapter does have level 3 Ultra on deck, so we'll have to see if they are able to make a big comeback. It looks like this is the start they were looking for. Using that Ultra, got a ton of damage knocked off. But this is Hilde. They can find opportunities to build up those heal stacks and try to get some of that life back. We're only an X2 stack right now, so we'll be getting a ton. Oh yeah, good use of the heal, trying to get some extra damage wherever they can. Oh, but missing all these notes. It's down to the wire. See, and Paracles able to take game number 1. Already getting the minor pop up, but knows they got to keep themselves condensed. They got to keep themselves. Okay, now they're actually popping up. The vibe do it. They're vibing and they don't even need music. But here we are, getting the stage select. Let's see what they want to. Pick the crazy song. Come on, pick that crazy song you were talking about. Ooh. This is a bop, actually. This is a bop. We're doing it? Okay, I don't know. They're debating. They're figuring it out. Oh. I gotta bring up the notes. Gotta. Sitting over here like Tokido, bringing out the measuring tape, trying to figure out the exact optimal range. Oh. Yes. Hey, no coaching, no coaching, no coaching, no coaching. No coaching, no coaching, no coaching. Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Reading notes? You don't need notes. This is gotta rock. You just gotta vibe. But here we are, getting the Prometheus as well. Oh, this underwater stage is sick. I like that they're actually like, it creates like the weird like artificial effects on the characters as well. This game is just, the visuals on it are so sick. Ready? I know I'm ready. Are you ready? All right, already trying to pop early on the junk notes, trying to get them to mess up a little bit, but Chapter keeping calm so far, not getting hit too much. Just building up that ultra wherever they can, but forced to use a reversal right there, but gets reversaled on their own. Yeah, they're just back to trading right now. You're going to see Paracles trying to be building up those heal stacks wherever they can, just so that they have the opportunity to catch up. But no, using them now. Using them now. Oh, yeah, there's that speed up that we were talking about before, where it can be so hard to deal with. It goes really slow and then super, super fast tempos. Oh, but Paracles missing these hits on these slower sections is actually going to be big to, for Chapter to potentially make a big comeback here. Jump notes being applied, finding these hits where they can, but gets the ultra reversal. Now all those notes are messed up. But we'll pop the heal, try to get some of that health back, try to deal damage wherever they can. Yeah, level 1 ultra. Good use, but oh, these junk notes were coming out and hurting Chapter. The life totals are neck and neck. Paracles trying to find an opportunity to heal wherever they can. Trying to keep themselves alive as the Chapter goes even lower in health towards the very end. Paracles takes another round.
The stars have aligned.
Oh, we're getting the swap? Going over to the champ. Onto a random stage as well. Random song To the Heavens coming through.
Your loss has been foretold.
Don't worry. I'll hold back.
So champ is one of those characters that you have to be hitting those perfect notes constantly. So Chapter does generally a very good job of that. But adding all those junks onto it can make it even harder, losing access to meter and health. But to see if they can make a big comeback for it. Oh, good work on Chapter right there to be just trying to build wherever they can, trying to pop these level 1s ultras. Oh, we found a great opportunity to start trying to get a little bit of that chip damage early on. Yep. But, you know, great from Jay just constantly getting these flawlesses, never having to be, or not putting themselves in too risky of situations. Oh, but all these junk nuts, see if they can hit them. They're not getting these misses, but they're still eating up so much damage here. And the reversal at the very end gave Chapter that one to now bring it 2-1.
Tried your best.
So potentially trying to swap characters. Now sit, now think, you're trying to figure out like, okay, how do I deal with this? What do I do? And how do I vibe? Ooh. Yeah, everybody getting into it right now. And just to give you some updates on some of our other matches that we've had going on here. Oh, they're really getting in the groove. They're all the way standing up. It looks like RDE did take it on the other side of the winners, so they will be on our winners' final match. And it looks like Sehn took it over Gwanglord, so they'll be waiting on the loser side of things for the loser of this match, whoever that may be. Yes, yes. Chapter, do this one. Yes, yes, it's time. It's time. This is the song we were talking about. This is apparently one of the hardest songs in the game for these players. So we'll have to see who can make it through and see if Chapter can get all these perfects, get all these hits, and really build a champ that can be like monumental for helping them clear through some of the harder sections where they have access to the hit scan ability. Ooh, and that baseline. And already off to a very even start. These players just trying to pop these junk notes where they can against them, try to get the chips early on so they can make big comebacks. Ooh, oh my, ooh, ooh! That's so many notes. Let's see, Chapter missing too many of them. Doesn't give Paracles a good shot. They're trying to get a bunch of extra damage. Oh my goodness, the life deficit between these two players, because if you're not getting perfects, you're not building up that Ultra Gauge, and it's so important for Champ to do it. Oh, those misses though. Chapter trying to swing back, but the life total deficit might be too large at this point. Yeah, and Paracles is the one who takes it. And he's popping off. Running all the way to the other side of the venue right here. That was, I don't know if you could hear that high five on the mic, but that was loud. That was a loud high five. Want to talk your words? Want to talk your words? Want to talk your words, Mr. Paracles?
Yo. Do I sound good?
You sound good, yeah.
Okay, cool. This game's mad fun.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
It's a really silly kind of fun.
Yep.
And I like the idea that it has where there's combat and music at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Like you have other like versus rhythm games that have been existed, but they felt like versus modes, not like an actual like fight between the players.
Yeah, like most music games usually play for score as a way to measure like who played better.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is
you're playing for your life.
You're playing for your life. Your opponent's altering your chart. You're trying to alter their chart. You're trying to do damage. They're trying to do damage too. It's really tough, but I really like this game.
Yeah, this game is sick. This game is most excellent. And I recommend you at home, if you're interested, if you like anything you've seen, go check it out.
Oh yeah.
Go buy it.
Oh. Yeah.
Like this game is, if you can, go get this. Like you're saying, you PC player, you're on Switch. We can take this anywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna play this on the next flight to Frosty, maybe.
Yeah. The God of Rock bracket on the Frosties flight.
Hey, I've seen a lot in my days.
Yeah. There was for actually last Frosties, the Seattle players were all on the same flight, so they were in a Grand Blue bracket on plane Wi-Fi.
Oh, sheesh. But no, tell me, like, as a spectator, how are you feeling about this game?
This game is sick. This game is, even as just a spectator, there is like so much going on, but once you've sat down, once I've sort of like figured everything out, understanding how these characters want to be functioning, you can see the gears turning between all these players and how they're, and everything. It is sick.
Today, right now, we got Chapter versus Sehn.
Yep.
Right now.
So this is Eden versus Johan in the character matchup. So you're going to see that Sehn is really just trying to find opportunities to get through all those junk notes, deal a bunch of damage. You can see Chapter now at a really low life total, not able to hit all those notes.
You know, I don't think this was on stream, but I noticed this character was doing a lot of damage when I forgot the player's name, or no, it was actually on stream. We were watching Suarez play.
Yeah.
And this character punishes you hard for missing a note.
Yep.
Like, look at that. That's so much damage, and he has insane meter gain too.
Yeah, he has insane meter gain and is able to, like you saw this song, it was, this song in particular I think was very good for him because it went like slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. It was very like waves and rhythm, so during the slow sections you were able to build all that meter back up, and then as soon as anything complex came, you just threw all the junk notes on the screen and forced them to be able to like react to it, and you know, Chapter not able to do it this time, and that gave them, they give their opponent the first round.
All right, first round of Sehn. This is it. This is still 3 out of 5, correct?
Yep, 3 out of 5 the whole way through.
All right, sweet. So, tell me a little bit about this special meter that we see.
So each special meter is basically for different characters. It acts as their ability to gain access to their other abilities. For Edith, for example, well, actually, both these characters both have abilities to throw passives down that empower up their own ability or hurt their opponents. Other ones are just like some raw damage abilities that you can use as punishes if your opponent's messing up a bunch. It's ways to create the junk notes. The Ultra specials are the ones that you really want to be looking for. That's what really makes the characters pop off. And you see, Chapter hasn't even gotten a chance to build up Edith's Ultra, which Edith Ultra is, in my opinion, one of the scariest in the games. At level 3, it scrambles all the notes.
Oh.
And it doesn't tell you what they switch to.
Oh,
so
that's
you could,
what it is.
yeah, so you can just throw a bunch of junk on the screen and then immediately do that, and then they have to figure out, yes, and they're missing so many notes. But you can see that Sehn, not even letting that get to them, just dealing as much damage as possible. Yeah, now Chapter switching back to Champ.
Chapter losing control of the match like very quickly. Sehn, this character does too much damage.
Johan does a lot of damage, but it's one of those, I think, you know, it's very early.
It's appropriate. It's appropriate right now.
Yeah.
But
once someone's like able to actually, you know, like come through and handle all the pressure that you can be dealing with those junk notes, it's going to be hard for you to find opportunities to build those big damage unless they make big mistakes. You know, think of like that big body grappler type of character.
You know, one thing I'm seeing Sehn do a lot actually is he's trying to do a lot of special moves during some of the breaks.
Yes.
Sort of like the smaller moments.
You think, oh, I got a moment to relax, got a moment to think, but then throw the junk on and like force you to
like
change it up.
You see your feed and then you like pick a spot for it if you can. Like right here, perfect. There's like a long break, you can relax and do your special move.
Yeah. There we go. Great hits from Chapter right there, getting all those flawlesses during it, but still not able to build up that Ultra.
What is this meter gain from these characters?
The meter gain over on Sehn is crazy. The character Chapter plays has great meter gain as well, but you have to hit perfects and flawlesses to actually gain meter. If you don't, you lose meter. But if you get level 3 Ultra,
I think they're going to play it out.
Yeah, I think they're going to play out.
We've had a few hiccups already.
Look, you're pressing a lot of buttons. There's a lot going on. You got to be prepared for it. But back to what I was saying is that if you get level 3 Ultra on Champ, it lets you hit scan during waves. So if you can play really well, it can be insane.
You can hit scan?
It hit scanned, yeah.
Wow, what a game. Oh, nice reversal from both players.
But still able to get the flawless, able to stay alive after it.
Chapter barely hanging on, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of Chapter's run. Sehn continues in losers.
Yeah, making it all the way to the loser semis now. One of them, between them and Metasaval, going to be walking home with that 4th place. One of them guaranteed at least 3rd place. Because that is how 4th place matches work in the loser semis of a double elimination
Let me
bracket.
get the guy who plays this game back on the mic. Glad we got to hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. Good to have you on, but got to get the boss man back on the mic. But yeah, good showing from Chapter here.
No, I just it's the side room up there. So no, they were throwing out the Johan moves earlier, and I wasn't utilizing. It's basically as soon as they were off cooldown, they were using them.
Yes.
And I needed to use more of the moves in order to try to counter that, which is my fault. And then, unfortunately, when I was okay, they have an issue over there, so I'm going to have to see if I can fix that. But then I'll give you some more feedback into that match. Be right back.
Absolutely. But it looks like, so we are having our winners finals match sitting down. Paracles, they were just chatting with us over that last match. Now going to try to make it into our grand finals, but they're going to have to face through RDE. Ready. Is that what ready? I don't know. All right.
Yeah, Start GG is hard. So, mean, the main issue that happened was, like I said, it's just I was not correctly countering the damage spam that was coming out of there, and I started doing it there towards the end, but I probably should have just stuck with Edith, honestly, but I was hoping with the Prometheus stuff that using Champ's hit scan would be enough for me to get through some of those sections I knew that was rough, but I probably should have just done more Edith nonsense. The problem was I only used a level 3 like twice.
Yeah.
And because of all the junk notes that they were throwing my way, there wasn't many opportunities though where I could steal health because they had less notes to hit than me.
Yep.
And they were hitting the notes, so they were doing the job. But I needed to utilize my level 1s and 2s especially more because they only used 1 Ultra that whole time.
Yeah,
because they were spending their meter, I believe, for damage buffs, if what I was looking at. But no, just sucks to suck. Yeah, but it's I enjoy this game well enough where, like, you know, the one privilege I have as a TO is I get to choose whatever we run.
Yep.
So I may have to run this more often and go from there. We'll see. But let's see what we've got coming up. They're swapping sides. Oh yeah, okay. They're swapping sides there real quick. But I don't think they're actually picking Kosaku. I don't think we've seen a Kosaku yet.
No.
We haven't seen Kosaku, Ollie, Ziggy. We haven't seen Queen. And honestly, a really strong but different character is Lyn.
Yeah.
Lyn is another one, though, that you just have to understand what their abilities do to utilize them. But Queen, of course, the Lizzo inspiration character.
That makes sense, actually, yeah.
Yeah, they have, they do some bubble attacks that they can essentially apply, I believe it's debuffs with, but it's kind of a cool character. It's another one that's a little more complex, but we're going to see a lot of stuff going on there. But right now, $100 in the match arena, $175 for the folks that are using the codes. Please do so if you can do so. It's free. Go ahead and click on them, utilize them. We're going to see who's going to come out of here with some money in this free God of Rock bracket. Shout-outs to Modus for providing it.
But here we are now. Fracture's plan. We got no, not Champ. Sorry, I cannot remember people's names right now. We got King.
Yeah, King. Yeah.
Hildy, yeah. So.
See, that's the thing is I want to call Champ King too because Champ is obviously a Freddie Mercury allegory.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just like slick. They're like calling it that. Ooh, good reversal though coming out there from RDE. Paracles, though, here's what I'm mad about is the Paracles did use Hildy. That's right. I thought that Paracles switched to Hildy now that he wasn't playing me, but it was the other guy playing Johan that knocked me out. That's right. I'm mad about that.
Let's see if Paracles can make the comeback, because right now already finding a lot of opportunities to get these junk notes, get these extra damage wherever they can, and Paracles not able to build up all the heal stacks that they're looking for.
Yeah, but right now it's doing pretty good. I mean, missed a bit of notes there, unfortunately. So in addition to the attack, they missed like 5-6 notes. And but it's still pretty close. Unfortunately, no heal stacks, though, so they're not going to be able to regain anything.
And as soon as all those junk notes came, they just weren't able to actually deal with it. So
yeah. I wonder if twerking on Paracles was like against some sort of rule thing there at that point. I was unsure.
Stream's still up. That's all I know.
Yeah, I know.
Stream's still up, so.
No, I'm just wondering, like, you know, is that like, I didn't touch them. I don't think I did. That's a lot of junk in the trunk, so I might have bumped into them there. And don't forget with the rules here, we got a double elimination bracket. Everything is first to 3, and currently, whenever they pick up, when a loser does a rematch, they can pick their own character and the song. And the winner can choose their character before the loser chooses their character if they wish. Yeah. Which, right now, look at it, Paracles taking a look at the move list here real quick.
Being studious.
Yeah, very studious. Well, see, the reason why I was cool with having those moves lists like that is it just tells you the inputs. It doesn't tell you what the moves do on them. So if you actually, when you're playing this game, if you go to your moves list, it will immediately tell you what it does. But, you know, this game doesn't, it has a practice mode, but it doesn't have, like, anything, like a combo trial. Oh, you're not picking? You mashed on random, and you want to pick the song?
Yeah.
All right, they're going back to song selection real quick. What about this dick picking bullets for Beelzebub? As soon as I saw that playing Champ, I was like, fuck. This is going to be a bad one. So, yeah, unfortunately, Champ, at least at this level of proficiency that I have of the game right now, it's doubly not stressful. Yeah, I think maybe it's stressful. It's doubly stressful because not only are you taking damage with all this stuff going on, but you just watch your meter evaporate.
Yeah,
and there's nothing I can do at that point. So I think that's a rough one right now. I think that's why Champ's probably the hardest character.
I think in the beginning aspects where you're not familiar with the beat maps and the charts and getting used to all that, it can be difficult. But I definitely think you could see, with more time into the game, that you could really make a character like that work once you're ready for it.
Yeah.
For the early stages, Hildy, that's a character that's perfect. King, that's another character that's really, really just solid fundamentals.
Yeah. Just spamming out the Fires of Creation, but unfortunately with not having any heal stacks, it's not doing too much for them. So I'd like to see more level 1s coming out of Paracles right now, because it looks like a lot of the level 1s are coming out. They're good reversal, though, in this case. But yeah, they are trying to get out these stacks just yet, but they just keep throwing these out. Unfortunately called out the wrong level of the super, too, that was being utilized. So they weren't able to see. Oh, good reversal.
Yeah, there we go. Paracles, life total pretty low. Not going to have big opportunities to heal, especially with these speed-ups coming through. Making them miss all those notes, taking all that extra damage.
This is an excellent meter advantage here. You hate to see Paracles die with that much meter and 2 heal stacks. If there was no way for them to counter it, if they started popping it and just get the health back, it wouldn't have been much at 2, but go down swinging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me see, maybe go back to song selection, try to find something. See, what are you thinking? What are you debating between Paracles? What do you want to do? Ooh.
I think right now, Paracles, in the way that they're kind of doing it right now is they're just listening to the songs for a moment.
Yep.
And then seeing if they can find one that they jive with, which is probably the smartest thing you could do right now. Although,
that's how you know they're a rhythm game player.
Yeah. They're also, they're good at that point with their rhythm game fundamentals are solid.
Yep.
And I think he's doing bullets for Beelzebub again. Oh, my God.
It's a banger.
It is.
It's a banger.
Oh, Paracles. Pick it. Yeah, it's not an easy song, so it's a good one. But, the thing is here that with him picking, I would not have picked it when I'm playing against King at this point. Because King's going to speed up those screwed up sections, and it's just going to be a bad news bears.
True, and just like that, a bunch of junk on the screen early on as well, making it hard for them to deal with. And that's already a huge life deficit, but Paracles finding opportunities to throw junk notes and get some extra damage in.
Yeah, actually the life, do good right there with the Fire Creation, stealing back some health. Unfortunately, the speed up there coming at a time that was perfectly manageable. So it's not, the life lead looks a little rough, but with Fire Creation coming out, unfortunately no stacks until you do minimal healing.
And trying to find these opportunities to build those stacks, though, and be able to actually get them on deck is going to be where it's potentially a little rough, but there's all these junk notes dealing all that extra damage.
Honestly, if they pop the Ultra here, or those 2 points, they might be able to pull something out from here. They can't miss these notes, though, and that just like that.
Oh, actually.
Yeah. That was clutch right there. Paracles doing the poke chop rock. We feeling it. We're feeling it.
Yeah. Gotta be vibing. Gotta be. Oh, hey, get that close.
Yeah. He's just doing a metronome.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Finding the BPM of the song, just.
There we go. Perfect. That was probably really loud.
I was just like,
ooh. Yeah. So
I felt the rattle around in my skull.
Okay. All right, so it looks like they're also going to custom pick a song in this regard. Probably going for one a little bit easier. And the thing is Paracles is on life point right now, so if he's not going to get another chance to pick a song. So we're going to see how this goes. Wanderlust, not the easiest song, but definitely not Bullets for BS Club.
But if it's one that you're feeling confident, as you've been saying earlier, you're already up 2 games, potentially could be something that will give you a big swing back.
Yeah, there's going to be a good reversal coming out there, too.
Now building up those heal stacks as well, trying to find an opportunity to use them, but they need that Ultra Gauge to be built up.
All right, got ×4 now, so Paracles is sitting pretty with this life lead as well.
Yep.
All right, Advisor Creation coming out, and wow, and now their life right there just jumps up. They can't, okay, both of them got the moves. And see, I'll tell you what, there's some slickness coming out of Paracles being able to hold down the sustained note while throwing out their supers as well.
Yep.
And just like that, Paracles bringing it back.
For the quick match right there.
Yeah, trying to sit here and okay, here's the thing. Pericles is doing the poke chop rock, but Wilson Wolf in the background is doing the thirsty bird. Like that is not the same thing. That is completely different.
Oh, wow. Very easy. Very easy at this point.
Wow. Let's I can't wait for baby's first rhythm game here real quick.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Baby shark. Oh, sorry. Let's stop that.
DMCA.
Yeah, DMC.
Oh, I like that. Try to get them to like mess up their tempo early on with all these notes, but still slow enough that Paracles is able to react to it, able to hit them all.
And RDE also switching to Johan as well, just thinking that maybe the amount of burst damage that can come out can power through that healing. But right now, Paracles is doing really good with the reversals, and now got 3 stacks on board.
See a good life lead as well. Just not even needing those stacks and getting a great series of perfects right there.
Yeah, now that level 1 comes out there, and now they're at ×5. Yeah. Honestly, great reversal with the Fire Creation, also taking them closer to the max health. Like, Johan is just in a bad way right now. This is, I don't think that the fat man's going to sing at this point.
But it is Johan. Like, this is one of the heaviest damage characters in the game. So if they get one right read, they can make a big comeback. But the heavens of creation coming through, dealing so much damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, RDE basically just kind of killed themselves there. That was a very much I'm rubber, you're glue. Because what RDE should have been doing in this regard is just focusing on getting the notes and then reversaling. Because because every time they were throwing out the attacks, Hildy was right there ready to reverse it. And not only that, because of the level of attacks that they were reversing with, they were getting more heal stacks. So you got to be really, really careful when you're utilizing or spamming those level 1 abilities against Hildy, because not only will they get the damage, but they get 2 stacks, and then it starts going up, and then bad stuff happens. No, Paracles is not utilizing the Ultra there at all because they were spending a lot of meter on certain things. But, you know, there was a point there where he had 8 stacks. If he had popped the Ultra, he would have got double healing on that, and you could have seen like 30%.
Yeah, it would have been crazy.
It would have been nuts.
But didn't even need it. They were able to keep it calm.
That's the thing. We out here playing God of Rock. Once again, thank you to Modus. And Paracles is not my name. That is the name of the person who just won. But Nabibi might put mine up there in a moment. It is Chapter 47. That's XLVII. I'm sorry about the Roman numerals.
I definitely read Battle Break as that Battle Break 9, not Battle Break 11. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah. My bad.
So what's funny is, I mean, this has stuck with me, and I don't know, like, you know, you should never read, like, Twitch comments and let them get to you. But Northwest Majors 18, I'm commentating Soul Calibur. We're finishing it up.
Yeah.
We've been drinking on the mic, whatever.
What?
I know. What? But it was a good time. We were having a good time. And then at the end of it, they're all like, you know, shout out your Twitter. I'm like, oh, yeah, Chapter 47, it's XLVII over on Twitter. And then, like, there's just this one message that pops up. It was like, ain't nobody learning Roman numerals to follow you on Twitter. And that has stuck with me since. It's just like, it's like this intrusive thought where it's just put in the head. It's like, I was just like, that's been driving me to better TO and all that other stuff. It's like, when you do well enough that someone actually has to give a crap for your name.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
right,
so that was like, I was like, that was it. That's my villain origin story.
You know you made it once you got haters.
Yeah.
That's
Well, once someone's just like, I can't even bother learning your name. Like, no one learned Zach Galifianakis' name until he mattered.
True.
You know,
Yeah,
they were like, nope, man, that's got 5 syllables. You don't matter.
Yeah, Zach Girafficus.
Yeah.
I like that use actually of the of throwing out the junk notes early just to see like, hey, is your opponent ready for this? Are they like actively thinking about what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
And it's a good recognition to maybe try to like up the game state in your favor.
Yeah, and they're just swinging for the fences right now. There was a level 2. There was a level 1 that came out there as well. So we're gonna see if they have to. You have to check by watching those meters up there by where it says special. And you could see what level they're about to use.
Yeah.
And but I mean, that's just a hard thing sometimes to take care of it. But in addition to the headphones being important for hearing the music of the game, once you're more familiar with it, you can tell by the sound of what of their moves they're screaming out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's the visual representation of like the actual like effects that they're using.
Yeah.
But sometimes to see that it's too late to get the big reversal out. So
Yeah. And the cross slash coming out there. That was the Leo White thing move that he's got.
Long live the king.
yeah.
Let's see.
Just go for the random rematch as well. Stick with the characters.
Hail to the king.
Honestly, I like the rematch random. It, makes both players surprised that you can't pick the very hard song and like mentally prepare yourself.
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming until you got it right here.
Is he wearing socks with sandals? What is wrong with this? Okay.
He's the king.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's king, brother.
I don't really got anything. Hey. Thank you very much. The second best Elvis themed fighter next to Clay Fighter guy. God, what's his name?
No, this one's better. This is better than Clay Fighter.
Oh, come on. I
than Clay
have a
Fighter.
soft spot for Clay Fighter. Modern day Clay Fighter with the graphical processing. Oh man.
Oh my God.
I'd be all over a claymation fighter in this day and age.
Just like Sehn is right now all over RDE's life bar so far with all of these, like, just constantly throwing at these specials, forcing them into these junk note situations at the worst timings possible.
Not only that, but that was a reversal ultra,
Yep.
and that was like a proton cannon right to the face. Oh, excellent job there too, and the life is just holding on. Oh, great triple reversal! Oh man! Woo! You. That's the thing. I mean, if they're guessing right and the stuff's not on cooldown, then go for it.
Yeah. And this is our losers finals as well, so you're seeing these players trying to get that run back against Paracles.
Man, I'm just butt mad that I didn't make it to losers finals. Okay, I'll be good. Be good.
Did Paracles and Sehn even play? No, they didn't. So, Sehn wants to get that first blood, actually, on Paracles there.
And yeah, so as mentioned, Modus Game did give us plenty of codes that we're going to be awarding out to our top 3. I'm also going to check with them and see if that's the system that they want it on. And if for whatever reason they don't want it on the PlayStation system, if they want it on Switch, if they want it on Steam or something, we'll take care of that for them.
All right.
And then we can give the codes away at a giveaway or something along those lines.
Always good to see, but look, we've just been talking even briefly, and these life bars are
yeah.
already so low. Players slugging out at each other, and RDE quickly taking that one.
This is like Sam show speeds,
yeah,
man. Like,
right? One wrong mistake, and you just half your life
you
gone.
cannot go on a tangent while you're watching this game.
No.
All right, we're going to song selection now. We're going to see where they're going to go.
What are they going to do? Sky Theater? Oh, are they going to...
I thought they were going to pick a very easy again.
Going for a medium song, just something a little bit more mellow, not trying to go for as many of the rampant notes, trying to, like, utilize the more, like, the neutral aspect between of trying to reversal out each other on the slower sections, I think is something that was working out earlier in the bracket, but we stopped seeing as we went on further, so maybe trying to, like, pull that back, trying to change their mindset up a bit. There we go. Good reversals early on, getting some great damage.
Speeding up, good reversal there, too. They're just swinging back and forth. They're not even worried about trying to to stuff each other's move. They're just trying to look at the life lead. It's showing just the fact that, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Reversal, though, is going to get that damage. He's going to throw one back out. Misses, though.
All right. Cross slash is coming through there. And RDs has to be very careful because they are on match point right now. If they take too many missed notes here, they'll be out. Won't get a chance at that first place.
And yeah, not only that, but let's talk about the fact that there's an absolute flurry of notes that was there on the screen. So it was they were doing very impressive there for a bit in terms of keeping up with not only inputting the special moves in order to properly reversal, but I think that honestly it came down to who was able to handle the notes at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where what is their name? I forgot their name. What's their name again? The guy over there. I don't remember. All right.
Sehn?
Yeah, the guy who won. He did.
Yeah. I was like, you said the guy over there in both of the winners losers.
But winners losers. All right, the bracket's coming up,
Yeah,
and now
there
I'll
you
be
go.
able to tell you who it was.
Yeah.
God, I lost back at losers quarters. It's in me. Yeah. Then
hey, that's fifth place. That's fifth place.
I had that's fourth of the losers. Good job, me. All right, so yeah, Sehn is going to be heading over to grand finals. And yeah, just Sehn did a great job of keeping up with the notes. And I think that's probably where RDE suffered, is because while they were keeping track of the special moves, it's just, even on a medium song that you saw there, those notes start coming up pretty strong. And we haven't really reached that point in a song yet, but as it gets towards the end of the song, it will start to loop.
Yes.
So there is a finite amount of song, and when the looping happens, every time that it repeats that section, if you miss a note on that section, the damage is multiplicative.
Okay.
So it will start doing more and more damage on missed notes when that happens. It doesn't change the damage of the super moves. It will change it on a missed note, so it can start to get really costly.
Yeah.
So right now...
But these,
sorry.
I was going to say, these players have been slugging that we're not even needing to get to that part just yet.
Yeah. I was hearing car horns, and I think it's from the game, but, seeing the cars that were behind there is freaking me out. And there is Candace over there from bonus round. We are waiting for our next bonus rounds event, which is going to be in July.
Yeah, we know it's Summer Camp 2,
Yeah,
right?
Summer Camp 2.
Yeah.
So I can't really talk about the elements of it just yet, but we can tell you that it's in July. That's all we're going to say right now. And I will say that bonus round is also going to be down here in Portland to assist with our Street Fighter VI tournament in June.
That's news to me, but all right.
So we're going to have Goon and crew travel down here. We're going to be running 2 different Street Fighter VI brackets. The first one is going to be double elimination.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be the debut of the Dominion of Steel format, which is going to be a Pacific Northwest points-based league. Top 10 folks at the end of the year based on point lead totals is going to go to an invitational.
All right.
And first place will get a flight to a U.S. major. I've been saying EVO 2024 because that's the one most people want to go to.
Yeah.
But if someone wants to go to Combo Breaker or something like that, I have no problem sending someone that way. But, we're going to also be traveling around doing Dominion of Steel. We're going to do it here in Portland, of course, every month on the 4th Saturdays here at Core PDX. But I'm also going to be traveling to do it at summer camp in July. We're going to be doing it likely. I'm trying to talk with Chad and Charlene right now. But the next time a DOA event comes around, we might do it over at a DOA event.
Because I was there. The next DOA event that I can think of is Keep Yourself Alive.
Yeah, not that one, because it's coming out before
Dominion of Steel.
Before Dominion Steel debuts. It would be kind of weird to head over there. Not everyone's
to retroactively give points as well. As I got it.
But we're really looking forward to that. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up over here at Core 2. You can always head over to FAUSTIANFGC.com/events. We're adding them here shortly, and if you've seen the ads currently, we have advertised Battle Break 12 and 13. Tend to try to get these on the board as quick as humanly possible. Just also it saves me some work. Battle Break 12 there, a farewell to 5. By the way, the reason why their eyes and stuff like that look like that is we were going for like crumbling statue look. But
I thought it was like zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
it might even be zombie-esque in that regard. But essentially, this is going to have Third Strike, Ultra Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, hence the characters we're utilizing there. And there's also going to be a special roulette bracket.
Oh, we're just random Street Fighter games?
It's random Street Fighter games for every set. And it's a $10 entry in that regard. And the people who win Third Strike, Ultra 4, and Street Fighter 5 will get a copy of Street Fighter 6 as a pot bonus.
Oh, real?
Yeah. And then Battle Break 13 right there, which is going to be, as mentioned, the debut of Dominion of Steel. We'll also have a double elimination bracket here. It's going to be a 50-player cap, I believe, on this regard. And I already have people from Washington that have gotten Airbnbs for this event.
Yeah, I mean, this is like... I know I have been at least super excited for this game, right? I know a lot of the Washington guys have been, any chance they get to play the game, they've been grinding it.
Yeah, the PNW Street Fighter crew that's led by the gentleman. I always want to call him Frieza. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
FRZA.
Is it not Frieza?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Frieza.
I'm gonna call him Frieza.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I talked to Frieza before, and I was like, because we talked by voice chat one time, and I was like, "Is it Frieza?" He was like, "You could just call me," and gave me his real name, and now I don't remember his real name either.
Isn't that always the case? Isn't that always the case?
It was like just doing roller derby. Like we all go by tags and roller derby too, and someone would be like, "Oh, my friend Janice, they play roller derby," and I was like, "Well, what's Janice's roller derby name?" Because their name's probably Dirty Pirate Hooker, and I don't know them. That's a real derby name. You can go look that up. Salt City Derby goes Dirty Pirate Hooker.
I believe you that is a real derby.
We had some really good. So my wife was Doll and Chain.
Okay.
And then they skated under Cat Thulu for a while. I was Boba Fett. Because for obvious, well, it was going to be Fats Domaho, but I didn't want to put my Fett life out there, at that point. So I figured that would be okay. Tabby's dying. So, but yeah, it was some good times. But yeah, so over here now, in finals we have Paracles. Who's going to try to lean with it, rock with it to this $100 Matcherino bonus that we've got going on. Thank you to those that have redeemed their codes. And Hilde versus Johan. And yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. If Paracles does not utilize their healing, then this is going to be a quick Grand Finals reset from Sehn because they're going to have to do well in this regard.
Well, we've seen Paracles fight against these Johans before, but I don't know if they're going to be able to fight with someone like Sehn who's just been like a slugfest the entire time, just always constantly, you see early on just popping all their specials, trying to find any opportunities to deal damage where they can.
Yeah, and I mean, Sehn's doing an awesome job, as you see down there by the fist meter, which is not a phrase I like saying often, but that is going to be the damage boost that Johan is currently undergoing.
A good use right now, just trying to hit as many of these notes as can. You see, trying to build the heal stacks up, building that Ultra Gauge up whenever they can. It's another level 2, but it goes for the Ultra reversal over there, so it only gets a 4x heal.
Yeah. And then, I mean, right there, though, I mean, good reversal coming out, too, and also sending the junk notes back is actually pretty good chip damage there on Sehn. But now with the ×3 notes there, it looks like they're going for the extra one for the ×4. Oh, that's unfortunate. Missing that sustain note. It's just, they had too little health in order to be able to come back from being clobbered back and forth between the triangle and square sustain notes.
Yeah, they had to hit that. They had to hit that sustain note and then immediately be able to pop into a level 3 Ultra, get that big heal back. But it was just something that wasn't on deck for there so far. But now we're back. Characters like potentially wanting to switch things up a little bit.
Yeah. I can't imagine that there's. I mean, at this point, the thing is, like, if you're going to try out another character, why not when you have winner's side lead? Because it's not like they can't do it again. I think they just decided, all right, I'm going to stick with this. I'm really surprised that more people haven't tried out Edith, but I think that until people learn how to, like, counter, I think a lot of them are just going to stick with, Johan and King. But Edith's level 1 counter is very nice, which y'all would have seen if I didn't suck. So, been pretty happy.
What are we debating? What song are we trying to be picking up?
I don't know. I thought he was going for Bullets for Beelzebub again. But right now he's just trying to... I'll tell you what. I'll take this any day over someone just sitting there in character select screen. You know?
I feel that. I feel that.
Because, I mean, this is essentially the same thing where, like, they're sitting there feeling out songs.
Yeah. But there's at least, like, change to it. The vibes are changing every time you're going to a different song.
And also, I mean, with the player that's waiting on it, they're actively engaged by having the songs go off in their ear, too. So that works out.
And see, already early on trying to utilize whatever, like, specials they can just to get Paracles to mess up. But they're keeping calm right now, being able to hit almost all of those notes until that very end of that junk sequence.
Yeah, I mean, good reversal there coming out, and that's going to give him the +2. I feel like I want to see more of that. If Paracles can continue to utilize that, goes for the Fires of Creation to get a little bit of a heal, but another Fire of Creation in order to counter it. But
gets reversaled on their own, attempt to try to pressure him once again with those fires, and eating so much damage for it now.
Yeah, it may have even been a misinput on that Fires of Creation, because at that point, they didn't even have any heal stacks to utilize it, and then also throwing it out like that with no heal stacks, it just opened them up to get reversed.
Thinking once again back to character select.
Yeah.
Potentially switching to Edith. I know I was telling them about what Edith did, and they were like jaw to the floor.
Yeah, they might. I mean, it would be cool to see Lynn. I think that at this point they could just throw out the moves and see what happens, but Lynn's a tricky one.
Yeah, I think you don't want to. I think normally you would be. It's pretty fine to experiment, like when you have that winner side lead, but you're playing against someone who's just been so aggressive with that Johann the entire time that you don't have time to figure out what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to handle it.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. I think that honestly, that if I was knowledgeable, even without being too knowledgeable of the character, I think that Kusaku would be pretty good in this regard, because Kusaku being able to switch stances means that they can keep up with the span from Johann by being able to utilize their 1, 2, and 3 in their other stance.
Exactly, yeah.
So
just having access to more abilities, well, like it requires your APM to be a little bit higher, but these are players who have been pretty on point so far to make it all the way to this end of the bracket.
And Paracles going for the bullets of Beelzebub.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can make this work out. As you know, traditionally this has been when someone tries to counterpick this song, it actually ends up hurting them when their opponent's just willing to like go ham.
Oh wow, let's see. Paracles did a good job right there though, sticking with it. But Sehn's also did just fine during that sequence. Yeah. And right now, Paracles just getting the business.
Yeah, and got reversal to get KO'd right at the very end. And that's Sehn bringing it to the Grand Finals reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cheap.
Yeah, it's good. He's sitting there trying to figure it out. It's like, all right. First of all, I'm just glad to see Paracles out. I haven't seen Paracles at an event for a little bit. Right now, he's playing for potentially, I think based on the current pot split, we're looking at $60 for first
something
place.
like that. Yeah. There you go. Making the switch, maybe gonna bring it to Ollie.
I would not do Ollie if I was not familiar with how their trick system works. You said, this is one of the more difficult mini games that a character has.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go for this one.
If it were me, if I was in this situation, I was set on switching characters, I'd pick Johann.
Yeah.
I'd just bring the mirror match. I think with how much they've been slugging, the fact that you can go to quick reversals to immediately counteract what they're doing, and the trade-off generally will end up in your favor, if you're going for the reversal plan. But want to stick with Hilda, had to think about it, had to really debate, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Just hitting that random select. Let's bring what the dice bring to us. It looks like it is.
Yeah, the problem right now is that if he did switch and win, he's stuck with that character for the remainder of his winning size match.
Yes.
So might as well play with who you're comfortable with and see if you could shore up the faults that you had in your initial matches.
See, already off to an early start, being a little bit more aggressive with their special abilities, but Sehn found an opportunity to reversal. So now trying to even up the damage.
And speaking of reversals, this is the Grand Finals reset between the two.
Go. Ultra's being built up for both players. 4x heal on deck as well, so maybe seeing Paracles trying to go for that level 3 Ultra this time, not having to spend it on a reversal and just making it through to get that big heal.
Honestly, the life lead is close enough right now that Paracles, it's the Ultra reversal. Oh no, look at that.
My God.
Oh my, it's just gone. It was like the Potemkin Buster. Yeah. That was like an Eason.
Yeah, that wasn't Eason. That was a quick and clean, just took the round with a single ultra reversal.
Beautiful, no?
all I saw was that was not a good one.
Yeah, that ultra reversal was just so clutch.
And he did the bob spin too. Oh man.
Don't think I'll
Yeah,
go
so
easy.
right now, looking pretty right now that Sehn might be able to actually close it out with the $60 first place right now. And then as a reminder, second place will pick up 30, and third place will basically get their entry free refunded with $10. Okay. I think honestly that's going to be the best way as a TO to try to save money on events now. It's just to enter and win them. I just got to get good. I can give a $1,000 pot bonus all I want if I'm fucking crushing people. So, all right.
Here we go. Yeah, just getting chipped down constantly. Like, they had a very solid life lead for a good chunk of it, but they found another opportunity to get really, really good hits. Let's go, Paracles, trying to make this a fight.
You got a time 5. It gets the reversal with the fire. It gets another one. Ooh.
Yeah, now you can see them saving all their specials just for reversals, and it's working out great for them to try to take it from Sehn.
Yeah, and Paracles on the board, getting a little bit of
For the first game.
Yeah, first
Down
one.
4 games, finally taken 1.
Yeah.
See back to character select once again. This time you see potentially a swap off of Johan into Top Hat.
In the Top Hat. This is an interesting pick here because, as mentioned, Top Hat is one of the more esoteric characters that is in God of Rock. As far as his moveset is concerned, it still escapes me a little bit, but I do know that Top Hat utilizes... Let me see if I have it right here, too. I'll pull it up, see what he has. Pulling up.
Where are we going over here? Underwater.
Doesn't even say.
Let me
Is
kill
it
you.
steel meter? I can't quite remember.
Well, we'll find out
Yeah,
now that
we'll
we're
find
into
out.
the match. Hilda's still on
Wanna
deck.
gamble with me?
We'll
His
see.
design's sick. This is like this character that I look at.
It is I also love the fact that he's just sitting there chilling.
See, good reversals already early on, just trying to get like as many pokes as they can right now.
That was like a frame 1 reversal there. I think that they both went for the move at the same time, and Paracles just like
The
did it
slight
a frame.
delay,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Go, trying to make things happen right now.
Well, not only that, but he's got 6 stacks right now and gets the reversal with it to go to 7. There it is. He's going to hit the Fire of Creation, and it's going to do a bit of healing, and now it's tied up.
Yeah, wasn't able to get the big crazy heal that we've been, that we're looking for, but almost hits that series of junk notes right there at the end. That was so close, but Sehn utilizing the unfamiliarity to try to make this big comeback. Now up 2-1.
It's swinging out a little bit of damage there. I thought, look at someone creeping over Sehn's shoulder there. I was like, who is that? And then it's one of our bracket.
Oh yeah, that's Chris.
That's Chris
Yeah.
just sitting there looking at Puff the Magic Dragon right there. That is nicotine, folks. Nicotine. We are all about the all ages, family fun. We're basically Mormons out here, you know. We like Sprite, giant underwear. Bingo. Bingo's pretty cool.
I mean, Bingo is sick.
Yeah. Big
Bingo
fan
is
of Bingo. Shout outs to Breaking Bingo that's sponsoring us. Self-indulgent, it's my company, but you know, what can you say?
A sponsor's a sponsor's a sponsor.
Yeah, it is. Head over to breakingbingo.com and check out all the bingo you can't play in Oregon. It's mostly in Utah right now.
Jesse, we have to play Bingo.
Jesse. Yo.
Mr. White.
Yo, Mr. White.
Oh, Final Destination, potentially what is the final game of the night as well. Haven't brought out at least once.
What an absolute flurry of junk notes.
Yeah, on this high tempo song as well. It's going to be like just really up to the players to try to reversal and try to bring that into their favor.
Yeah, right. Paracles doing a really good job right now of staying ahead of the life total, but however, the Top Hat damage is starting to
add up. Yeah.
Bringing it to the brim. I think it's a hat pun. I don't have many of them.
You can't think of them off the top of your head?
Probably a beret melee.
Yeah,
you know, I would say that at that point, he's haber bashing them. That's probably about the best I got. All right, looks like we might go to final game.
Yeah.
We are.
Paracles able to close it out at the very end, but we're going to see. Do they switch back to Johan? Try to clutch it out at the very end, or are they going to stick with Top
I think
Hat?
at this point, I don't know if Sehn. Yeah, Sen's definitely not sticking with Top Hat.
No.
This is the difference of $30, and I mean that's like what in late stage capitalism? That's like one plasma donation, but you know. And having
something like that.
Yeah, so right now, give it a thought. Ziggy would be a solid choice.
Yeah.
Because with Ziggy, they could utilize their various specials just to kind of counter at this point until they build up Ultra, and the Ultra just does a ton of damage. But going back to Johan, it's old reliable.
We're going to see Johan going to be going on to probably something a little crazy, try to get them to mess up, because you see, once it gets a little overwhelming.
Yeah. They're choosing the Saturday Night Fever at this point.
I think, keeping it easy with how that Sehn has been playing, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're very willing to just, constantly be throwing things out, but, Paracles is already ready for that. Might be going back to be trying to go for those instant reversals once again.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Very fitting. Saturday Night Fever for our final song here in the God of Rock tournament. Yeah, like a good reversal on that one. Just catching him.
Just trading these flows. They're trying to build the meter where they can.
Paracles got to be really careful throwing out Fire Creation of no heal stacks. It's just opening himself up to get punched in the mouth. Oh, man, 2 sets of reversals from Sehn. And okay, good. Paracles fighting back, getting that. But they have to hit that. No, good reversal on that one.
Yeah, the big reversals being huge right now coming out from both these players. But getting clipped by him right at the very end. Life totals are way too close. He has to pop those heal stacks, trying to make themselves stay alive, but not finding an opportunity to use those fires of creation.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, the damage buff right there, utilizing the attack while it was up there, it was just meant that one misstep was all that Sehn needed in order to take it. And Sehn is going to be your first God of Rock here at Battle Break 11. And Sehn's going to get themselves... I think based on the match, Reno, $60 today. And then we're going to have 30 there for Paracles. Let's check it out. $101. So, yeah, I'm going to take $1 for myself. Just pity myself at that point. But no, $60 over to Sehn, 30 for Paracles, and 10 for the gentleman with the 3-letter name that I can't remember right now.
RD.
RDE. Yeah. All right, we're taking a look at that bracket again right there. And yeah, it's going to be Paracles, Sehn, and RDE in first, second, and third, respectively. Yeah. What did you think of God of Rock?
This game's sick. This game's hype. This game's tight. This game's awesome.
It's not only it's surprisingly difficult game.
Yes.
I think that there is, if you don't understand like one or two elements of the game, that's just specifically the special and reversal system. Not understanding that is like not understanding a block button.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're just going to keep taking hits over and over again.
Yeah, regardless of how good of a rhythm player you are, you're just going to keep getting chipped again and again and again.
Yeah, there's just no way. It's not like Puyo Puyo Tetris, where if you're really good at Tetris, you can carry yourself over to Puyo Puyo part.
Yep.
These things are intrinsic at this point.
Exactly.
And without being able to understand both elements of the game, you're just not going to win someone who even has a basic grasp on it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's one of those like high skill floor, high skill ceiling things. Because you get to that point, it's going to be I want to see people, a year down the line. These people have been playing the game consistently, mastering it, and seeing them combat against each other. That's when it's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing folks that can utilize some of these more difficult characters like Ollie and Champ too, especially at a high level. Exactly.
We got to see a lot of the day one mains today. Yeah. I think that if any of these folks stick with it, we could definitely see some cool matches. And frankly, I love the game, so I might. That's my.
Keep it running.
There's only 2 TO privileges you get. You can ban who you want, and you can play who you want. And so I think that if that's basically it, we'll probably have some more God of Rock here. Excellent. In the future, yeah.
Excellent. Got Rock is sick, so I'd love to see more of it.
Yeah. Any shout-outs for you, Tabby?
Nothing really crazy. Follow me on Twitter at TabbyNickel. I make really mediocre tweets that do well for some reason.
Yeah, no. I was actually going to mention that. Like, you have so many good takes in regard. But yeah, every time I look over,
is that Nabibi?
It is Nabibi. This has
been our stream runner, Nabibi. Everybody say thank you to Nabibi for making this look as great as it has.
Yeah, it's not going to look this good all the time, that's for sure. We're going to try to have Nabibi down here maybe in June and probably October as well.
Absolutely.
For those, so that'll be fun. But yeah, just... Christ, I forgot what I was saying. All right, yeah, on your Twitter, like every time I look over, you have like some tweet that's like got 500, 1,000 likes, or you're in some trashy FGC YouTuber's video or something. So I have no idea.
I have been in trashy FGC YouTuber videos. The most recent one I was in was not a trashy FGC YouTuber.
Okay.
I have been in FGC Keemstar equivalent videos before.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
God.
yeah. It's don't get Ernesto. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I just couldn't do it. I can't imagine being that sort of individual in this niche of a community. But I think we're going to stick around here in a little bit. We may or may not be running some grudge matches, maybe some folks who want to, it's technically not gambling if it's a game of skill. So there might be some money matches coming up at that point.
That's legal jurisdiction's not my area of expertise.
Yeah. I know my gaming law, but if there's chance, prize, and consideration, it's gambling. But there's no chance in fighting games.
Okay, what if it's Faust? What if it's Faust mirrors?
You know what? I don't want to be the one to have to petition the Oregon Supreme Court on that one. Be like, well, Your Honor, Faust threw out, the afro, and therefore changed the hitbox. Yeah. It was a complete under chance. Yeah. But no, let's not argue the nuances of Guilty Gear's favorite, insane person. So, but beyond that, follow me, Chapter 47, XLVII, if you could be bothered to learn Roman numerals. And you can always head over to FAUSTIANFGC.com and check out. We are a player collective. We have the only soulful contracts as opposed to soulless contracts that everyone has.
I got it. Yeah. Soul Calibur as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we have some decent merch that's there. We're almost out of this PNW monthly shirt, which was originally going to start off as an online series when we were doing COVID, but then my mother decided to get 2 types of cancer, so I had to go take care of that. I was upset about it because I had to let my genie go because that was my 3rd wish.
It's a good use of the 3rd wish.
Yeah, thank you.
Good use of the 3rd wish.
Beyond that, folks, if you want to stick around, you can. That's going to be up to Nabibi. Beyond that, we had a great time with God Rock.
It was great. It was fantastic. I hope to see more of it in the future. Not even here, just like everywhere. Like this game's sick. So
yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a side-turning game. That is for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be main game in Evo or anything like that. But,
no, that.
Yeah. Cool. Beyond that, Tabby, thanks for coming out.
Thank you for hosting this event.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Now we're gonna do the slick outro. Here it comes, and